In early December 2023, I got a mysterious email from Logitech with a secretive message saying they wanted to have a meeting about something exciting. Me thinking it was just another keyboard without hot swap switches, entertained the idea and agreed. What I wasn't expecting was for them to say they had a new version of the ICONIC Astro A50s called the Astro A50 X's, and that a set of these was already on the way to us. That's right, I've been using these A50 X's since early December 2023. That's over 2 months of daily use to give you the best understanding of how this new headset sounds. That's pretty banging. And no, I won't be using any stupid buzzwords from Logitech like play sync. Let's get seeking. I didn't think it was fair that I talked about these before you guys get your hands on them because, spoiler alert, these are next level. The other thing that's next level is the price, but we'll come back to that later because for some, you may be able to justify it. Maybe. I figured the easiest way to start this was by answering the most common question we get with our headset videos. Does it work on my console? Right off the bat, the A50 X's support every single console. Obviously, the A50 X's aren't gonna work on a PS2, but it's a nice idea. What do you reckon, Binny? What do you reckon? Oh, she's cute. One headset that does it all. It's not important that it does it all, it's how it does it all that makes this the most interesting headset we've seen in a while. The A50 X comes with a charging dock like the previous gen A50s, but the secret sauce is in the dock itself. The way it works is each console has its own HDMI 2.1 input with a USB connection for your console of choice for your microphone's connectivity. If you're on PC or Mac, use the PC USB port and you're good to go, no need for HDMI. The A50 X dock extracts the audio from HDMI and passes it through another HDMI 2.1 port to your display or your TV. This means you get full HDMI audio output quality with little compromise. You only get 40 gigabits throughput, not the full 48 gigs that HDMI 2.1 supports. Realistically, this won't impact you at all, and to be honest, using HDMI is a pretty intelligent way of handling the audio solution. This means that theoretically any device with HDMI should work with the A50 X's. The A50 X dock also supports variable refresh rates as well, so things like FreeSync and all that, that should be good to go with the consoles. Now, I don't have an Xbox, but I do have a PS5 and it works flawlessly. Surprisingly, the Astro A50s work with the Atari 2600 Plus. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but this is insane that it works. Well, I mean, it's really just HDMI audio at the end of the day. Wow, that is insanely intense. There are so many ways to connect the A50X to your devices that I could probably do an entire video just on connecting these things to your consoles, or your PCs, or your Macs, or any device that has HDMI. That's all cool. But are the Astro A50 X's even any good? Well, we need to do a couple more things to find out. The A50 X itself carries a good weight. They come in at around about 363 grams or around about 12 ounces, whatever that means. They're not too heavy, they're surprisingly light, and the padding makes you forget that you're wearing them at all. The A50 X's don't have leatherette pads like many other headsets, it's a woven fabric. I call this one the sweat absorber. For long sessions, the headset doesn't give you a headache either. I do find this with some other headsets, and even if you have a big head like me, the A50 X's are surprisingly comfy. I often forget that I'm wearing them. I just walk around the house and do my thing. When it comes to build quality, top marks here again. The ear cups are adjustable in every which way with rotation and headband tweaks to fit any size head. Even my big head. The A50 X's also have easily replaceable magnetic ear pads like with the older A50s. You can replace these with first party or aftermarket ear pads. They're even compatible with the older gen A50 ear pads. The top of the head strap is the same as the A50s as well, and that can be swapped out. So you can get this cross-generational interoperability and all that kind of stuff if you've got accessories for your A50s, if you've already got them. Over on the left ear cup, there's a boom arm mic. The mic will mute when you swing it to the upright position. On the bottom, there are 2 contact points for the dock for charging. On the right ear cup, that handles most of the A50X's functionality. On the side of the ear cup itself, it has two buttons that allow you to balance the audio between your game and your chat mix. I'm often doing something weird and I like lean on my shoulder and I change the chat mix by accident all the time. On the back side of the right ear cup, there's a power switch that's a little toggle with an integrated status LED that'll flash red when the battery is low or blue for Bluetooth pairing. There's a button below the power switch that'll allow you to switch between systems on the fly. There's also a Bluetooth button that allows you to pair the device to any device you want. Towards the bottom, there's a volume knob, and right at the bottom, there's a USB-C port for charging as well. And then there's a contact point for the dock as well. You don't need to plug the A50Xs into charge, but you can. Just place them in the dock when you're done. Speaking of the dock, it handles all the charging. You'll need to use the included 5-volt wall plug that splits out into USB for your PC or your Mac. If I have one complaint about the dock charging, it's even though it's magnetic and it kind of holds the headset in place, to charge it, if you've got a weird crooked head like mine, when you place it on the dock, it doesn't always make contact to charge, and this has caught me out about 3 or 4 times. I'd suggest collapsing the headphones and then placing them in the dock to charge. Also make sure that the charging light comes on. You can charge them with USB-C though, like just in case you accidentally don't place them down right. I had to do this a few times because I'm an idiot with a weird shaped fat head, so you know, it happens. Sound-wise, it's all about these new 40mm graphene drivers. They have a frequency response of 20 Hz up to 20 kHz. On PC, they're fully Dolby Atmos certified, and they're also Windows Sonic Spatial Audio compatible. On PS5, they work with the 3D sound option as well. In Windows, the A50Xs come with a Dolby Atmos license, so all you need to do is go to the Microsoft Store, install the Dolby Atmos app, and you're good to go. You don't have to buy any licenses. It detects that you got the A50Xs, and yeah, you're good. I'm not sure how they work with the Xbox. Maybe it's the same. I don't have one, so I can't tell you.
The microphone on the A50X is the real game changer. This is an omnidirectional microphone with a frequency response of 60 Hz up to 20 kHz. It's got a 16-bit sample depth with a 48 kHz sample rate. This is easily one of the best, if not the best, headset microphones I've ever used. It features all of the microphone tuning stuff you could ever want in G-Hub that nobody uses. But even though it's there, I guess it's cool to use, I suppose. I don't use it. The only microphone tweak that I ever make, and I usually suggest this for everyone, is turning on the side tone so you can hear yourself. The A50Xs have some of the best side tone of any headset ever. Hands down, there is zero competition here.
Battery life hits around about 24 hours, and if I'm being completely honest, unless you're playing for 24 hours straight, you probably won't notice the battery life, because after using the A50Xs, you just drop them back in the dock and they're ready to charge. Unless you have a stupid shaped head like mine and you don't check if they're actually charging, you're not going to have a problem. Seriously, why is my head such a weird shape? Wireless range is an interesting one as well. Most headsets just about allow me to walk from where I am now in my office to the studio before dropping out. The A50Xs let me walk anywhere in our house without dropping out at all. They claim 12 meters of wireless range, and I would say that's about accurate. I often wear my headset when I get up to go to the bathroom when gaming with my friends, so they'll quite often hear me go into the bathroom too, which is nice for me, but probably not so much for them. So, you know, they have to deal with that. When I test these headsets though, music is always my litmus test, but I do play a lot of COD, so there is that too.
Oh, no way. That was hacked. I need to clip that. Oh, there's no way I got that shot.
I always turn off all of the weird software enhancements that typically come with these headsets, and I found that, as expected, these sound their best in their raw state with music. I will say though, with gaming, especially on PC, Dolby Atmos is a must. It's like wall hacks in FPS games.
Oh, f*** off.
For music, the A50Xs are absolutely banging, even for my own music that I produce. Album coming soon, by the way. They sound exceptionally good. They get the job done, surpassing many other gaming headsets that I've come across. In fact, they surpass many other Pro Audio headsets. And compared to the Pro X and the Pro X2 that I was using before I was using these, the A50Xs are just on another level. They're way better. As for fidelity, the stereo separation is top notch. Each element sits in its rightful place in the mix on the soundstage. These new 40mm graphene drivers exceeded my expectations for music listening. They're much better than the Pro X2s that I had before. I don't know how they couldn't get it right on the Pro X2s, but the A50Xs sound so much better. But onto gaming sound, the positional audio is near perfect. As I mentioned, it's like wall hacks. Honestly, I can't fault these at all for gaming. I have nothing bad to say about them. There's nothing that I don't like about the A50Xs in terms of audio quality and fidelity for gaming. They are near perfect. They're coming up now. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Bounty averted. Good work, boys.
You lost him.
Yeah, I got him.
Reckon it'll take more than that to cream my corn.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Now
When it comes to software, you'll need to use Logitech's G Hub software, which is fine if you're already in the Logitech G ecosystem. Well, need is subjective. I'd recommend installing it because it does give you access to a few tweaks that I'd suggest. The main one is for turning on side tone. For console users, you can use G Hub on your phone, so you don't need to plug it into a PC. And the way it connects is through Bluetooth to configure the A50Xs. This is a great thing because it's only Bluetooth for configuring, not for audio. You can use it for audio on other devices, but it just makes it easier to use your phone to do everything. And like, you don't get as much control as you do on PC, but it's good that you can at least turn up the side tone and the chat mix volumes on the fly with your phone. So there is that. There's so much to talk about with the A50Xs, but the truth is they're dependable for both music and gaming on all systems. They're not perfect because nothing really is, but they're as close to perfect as you can get for a wireless gaming headset. After using them for such a long time, the initial excitement that I had, it kind of wore off and it allowed me to put things into perspective. There are a couple issues that have stuck with me. First of all is the price. I get that these are supposed to be a flagship headset from Astro/Logitech, but the A50Xs are ridiculously expensive. I'm talking crazy money. I'm talking absurd amounts of money. But just wait. The second thing is having to readjust them before dropping them back in the dock. Check this out, right? I put them in, oh, now it's gonna work, but usually it sits all awkwardly and then I have to like flatten them out for them to sit in the dock properly. For regular people and not weirdos like me, this is gonna be a non-issue, but this is something that I have to be conscious about because I've got a stupid shaped head.
Yeah, you do.
It's just weird. I don't know why this happens to me. Now I'm gonna just adjust these again. It's so funny because every time I've done this, it's not worked properly. And the second that actually, that's not lining up at all now. See, look, it's not actually like sitting in there. And then I push them down flat and then they lock into place. It's a weird one, but you know, it is what it is. I guess I just need a smaller head. That's stupid. Other than those two things, the A50Xs are god tier. All right, the price. In the US, the Astro A50Xs are 380 Freedom units, and in Australia, the A50Xs are going for around 750 Aussie dollar it is. That is absolutely crazy money for a wireless headset. The thing is, these offer flexibility and the usability of 3 headsets in one. Firstly, for PC, Mac, and PS5 users, USB headsets typically work seamlessly across those 3 devices. With Xbox, you typically need to buy a separate compatible headset, and for mobile, and buy yet another headset. The A50Xs really do it all. If you can make that justification, then I'd say that you're kind of investing in your gaming. Otherwise, if you're using them for one system, I think there's cheaper options out there. The question is, will I continue to use the A50Xs? Yes. They've replaced my multiple headsets that I use for my gaming PC and my PS5 setup. Right now, nothing that I've ever used comes close to the functionality and audio fidelity of the A50Xs. These are truly a proper flagship headset. Absolutely god tier. And that's it. Let us know what you think about the Astro A50Xs, and let me know if this is something you're interested in. I really like these. They are ridiculously good. Yeah, Logitech nailed it. The price is a bit on the chin, but on the nose, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up and subscribe. It means a lot. If not, I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And season 2 for MW3 just came out, so I got stuff to do, guys. Seriously, look how weird the shape of my head is. Like look at the headband's all like crooked and like, it's just so odd. Why is my head this shape? I don't get it.